Any final thoughts? I mean, I don't know if there's, want to give you the opportunity to kind of speak directly to the intern.
Coffee's for closers, motherfuckers. If I were you, I might do a couple of these and ask like the same questions and then cut in, I don't know, like me versus Bark versus Heggy or something like that, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's true. Different perspectives on the same types of questions.
Almost
The,
as
the thing
if,
is, though,
if
you went through basically all the questions in the intro.
yeah,
Like you,
I would just cut the whole intro, frankly. Like I
no, it
would
was good. It just I don't know. The organization is I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm excited to kind of. I mean, this is something I want to turn into a series, and because we have 12 years worth of of successful people who we can draw a line and connect things like, okay, well, here's where you are now, which is where they want to be, right?
yeah.
And here's where you were, which is where they're at now.
I have just some like really off the cuff feedback, which is having the list of questions beforehand was like very helpful. And I actually did like, I mean, see, I did like actually like go through and like do some like prep, right? Like,
Okay.
um, but I think understanding the kind of like deliverables or the outputs here, like, okay, so this is going to be, a 15-minute or a 30-minute video and we're looking for like 30 to 45-second responses so that like people don't get bored. Or like, hey, no, like we actually want like some more depth around this topic, or hey, like we know you know a lot about this. So spend like, most of the time talking about this would be helpful so that like folks are actually getting you things that like just plug in like as closely as possible to like what you want out of it.
Yeah. Well, I think too, it depends because like I know that you're good off the cuff, and I anticipated a lot of not the way it happened exactly, but like it was going to be more of a conversational talk versus like going down the list, where like Brian Bark is going to need some prompts, right? Like although
Like
he's a
like a
story.
rubber chicken or something like that.
What's that?
Is that what you mean? Like a rubber chicken, like actual props, like
Not props, prompts,
oh
prompts.
prompts,
Yeah,
prompts. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was my my Midwestern, slur through the words,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. But yeah, you should just go and ask him, or whoever the same exact questions. And cut us together.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. It's a whole lot more work, but and also I think I want to take that entrepreneurial piece and like maybe make that, you know, one of some of its own thing. I think some of these need their own thing.
I think that you're right. I mean, maybe it's like a series where it's like, well, what about, getting into entrepreneurship, and it's like featuring like four of our, like former interns who have come at this from like a couple different angles. So maybe it's like, you cut in like different stuff and then like you summarize it, or like, somebody else summarizes it, or maybe like we all get together and some permutation for like 5 or 10 minutes and like talk about it as like a panel or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So then you have like this like series of like 10 videos and it's like, so you want to get into marketing, or like, so you want to start a business, or like, what would you do differently at the internship? And you have like a bunch of like perspectives that all end up getting synthesized.
yeah. I think that probably it makes it more palatable, and it makes it more like relevant from like, okay, here's this one thing. Let's look at different perspectives on it, and instead of like something linear and like an hour and a half of like you know
Of me pontificating about technology businesses. Yeah.
a
For sure.
Charlie Rose interview
Yeah, yeah.
without the famous people.
Yeah. Well, I have the glasses now, so